If you're wondering how project baselines can help you to improve the quality of your KNH project, this is the right video to watch explaining KNH's perspective on baselines. The baseline differs from other types of analysis that are undertaken in the planning phase of a project, such as a problem analysis, a stakeholder analysis, a feasibility study, or a child rights situation analysis in terms of purpose and timing. KNH defines the term baseline narrowly and understands baseline data to mean the collection of the first data after the start of the project for selected project indicators. A baseline helps in assessing if the change envisioned by the project is happening. For this, it is necessary to define the objectives of the project and to express them in terms of indicators. You can find more information on how to develop indicators in the video on indicators. The purpose of a baseline is therefore to determine the values of the project indicators at the beginning of the project. These first indicator values are also named baseline values. They provide an information base against which the progress and effectiveness of a project towards reaching its objectives can be monitored and evaluated during and at the end of its implementation. Baseline data provide information on whether project planning was realistic in terms of project objectives, scope of activities, and target indicator values, or whether changes are needed, example, in the form of adjusting project indicators or the scope of certain activities. The baseline data for the developed indicators should ideally be collected as soon as possible after the start of the project. However, it is advisable to first select the target groups that will be involved in the project and thus collect data directly from those groups of people whose situation the project aims to improve. Care should also be taken to ensure that the indicators are well operationalized before data collection. The term operationalization essentially means making indicators measurable and to determine exactly which aspects are being looked at and measured and in what way. For example, an indicator formulated as follows does not meet the requirements of operationalization. At the end of the project, at least 70% of trained smallholders apply improved agricultural cultivation practices. The application of improved cultivation practices can be interpreted in different ways and is not directly measurable. An operationalized indicator could look as follows. At the end of the project, at least 70% of farmers trained by the project in improved cultivation practices apply at least 3 out of 5 trained techniques: organic fertilization through composting, agroforestry, conservation agriculture, crop rotation, erosion control,